What's up, flock? It's Joe Noobo, and well, 27-3 is your final. We moved to 4-1. Obviously, a great feeling, but as always, I am here to take down the positive feelings and nitpick this game that just happened. No, but seriously, though, man, I think that you can't walk away from that game and obviously, you're going to be happy that we got the win. You're going to be happy about how the defense played. The defense looked awesome, but you got to be honest with yourself, man. The offense just, it's not looking good. It really isn't. It's something that I said, man. I feel like if we were playing up against a better team, we would have lost big time, bro, because we were up 17-0 for the longest time, and we really only scored 3 points in the second half, if you guys think about it, because that touchdown came from Marlon Humphrey, obviously with the fruit punch, knocking the ball out again for the third time this season. You love to see it. And Patrick Queen, Defensive Rookie of the Year, coming up big with that touchdown. So you love to see it. Obviously, the defense was absolutely dominant. I really have no problems with the defense, aside from maybe Judon had 2 offside penalties. Come on, bro. Like, what are you doing out here, man? Are you trying to get paid or not? It doesn't seem like it. But anyway, so obviously no gripes with the defense whatsoever. They played awesome. But let's talk about the offense, because quite simply, it was terrible. It was bad. It was just, I'm telling you, like, if it was a better team that we were facing up against, somebody that could actually move the ball, like if it was against the Chiefs, we would have gotten absolutely dominated in this game, bro. I'm serious. Like, the offense was just terrible. Lamar was not good, and every time that I bring up Lamar not having a good game, people say, you're a hater, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm being honest, bro. Lamar did not have a good game. Like, I just don't understand how you can look at that and say, oh, that was a good game from Lamar. No, bro, it was not. He went 19 of 37, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. And to be honest, he had 2 more picks that were dropped, if I'm not mistaken. I have a little project coming out about Lamar pretty soon here, hopefully in the next week, where we're going to talk about some of the good and the bad that he's had this season. So this game, man, I might have to do a whole nother project on this game alone, because my God. But anyway, so yeah, Lamar needs to be better. I know he knows he needs to be better. I just don't understand what we're doing. Like, why are we not freaking running the ball? Why are we trying to make it hard on ourselves? To me, it feels like, it's way too easy running the ball because we're averaging like 8 yards per carry. So let's try to throw the ball on first, second, and third down just to make it a challenge for ourselves, right? We're running like a traditional offense, and I just don't understand it, bro. It's not working. I don't know what Greg Roman is doing. Bad play calling. Obviously, the offensive line was not good today, as it's been all season. Now, obviously, we didn't have Tyree Phillips. We had Patrick McCarry starting at right guard. But anyways, man, let's take a deeper dive into some of these stats for the offense. And it was a frustrating day offensively, man. Obviously, you're not too upset. Like I said, 27-3. You love it. Really, the Bengals shouldn't have even scored that field goal at the end, but they did. So they wanted to get on the board at least. So whatever. But Mark Ingram actually had the most carries out of all running backs, which, he didn't have a bad game. 11 carries for 57 yards, which is a 5.2 yards per carry average. It's not bad. But it's just something about Ingram, man. As much as I love the guy, again, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to be super critical, but I'm just saying like I see it. Why are we not using Gus and J.K. Dobbins more, bro? They're making the most out of their carries. They are clearly the best 2 running backs on the team, and yet we continue to feed Ingram the ball when it just does not make any sense. And again, I understand big trust and all that, and that's great. That's awesome. He's a great locker room guy, great leader. But let's be honest, he hasn't been the same since last year. Last year, he was good. He was the workhorse running back. He deserved to be in that position. He got over 1,000 yards rushing. But this year, it's just not the same. I don't know if it's him getting older, his injury that he's still feeling a little bit, but it's clearly not the same. Maybe it's the offensive line. There's plenty to blame around here. Let's not lie to ourselves. But I just don't understand why Dobbins and Gus are not getting more carries. Now, J.K. Dobbins got 1 carry today. And that 1 carry that he got, he took it for 34 yards. What are we doing here? Give Dobbins the ball, bro. clearly he makes the most out of every opportunity that he's getting. He deserves more playing time. It's just plain fact. Like, our offense could get so much better, so much more going if we gave the ball to Dobbins and Gus. Now, Gus didn't have his greatest game, 7 carries, 25 yards, only 3.6 yards per carry. But still, the point stands. For me, the point stands. I think we need to give Ingram less carries, and we need to start feeding that 1-2 punch of Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. I truly do believe that it's the best thing for our offense. But I don't know, man. I just don't know what we're doing. I really don't know what we're doing. It seems like we're just trying new things, and it's just not clicking. It's plain and simple not clicking. Now, 20 points still on offense. I don't know, man. I don't know what you want me to say. You know, I feel like people just think I'm bitching and moaning and complaining. You still won 27-3. Yes, but this is against the Bengals, who are just a bad team. Let's be honest. They, obviously they have some potential. They have a rookie quarterback in Joe Burrow, and I like what they're doing there. They're building it up, but come on, bro. Like, come on. The defense isn't amazing. Like, they're not bad. I'm not saying that the Bengals are a bad defense, but for us to struggle this mightily against this Bengals defense, it's concerning. It is concerning. Aside from that, receiving wise, I mean, Hollywood Brown had a decent game, 6 receptions, 77 yards, and a touchdown. You love to see it. You like to see him getting involved. Of course, Mark Andrews, 6 receptions for 56 yards and 1 touchdown. I don't know what it is, bro, but like Lamar, I don't know if it was because he didn't practice on Wednesday and Thursday, if that knee is kind of a little bit more than what we expected. I mean, he only had 2 carries for 3 yards now. Everybody calls him a running back, but he only rushed twice. So let's just keep that in mind. I don't know. Maybe Lamar is a little more banged up than we initially thought, because sometimes he does have his bad games, but I think this was a very bad game. I mean, he was just off. He was making the wrong reads. It felt like, I mean, he can tend to just look at Mark Andrews and Hollywood Brown like a lot. But today, man, it seems like those were literally the only 2 reads he was making. Like Devin Duvernay, there was a point that he was wide open on the field, and we're just not getting the ball to him, man. It's frustrating what this offense is doing. And speaking of Devin Duvernay, get him on the field more, bro. Do you see what this guy is doing? Like, we have to go back to that carry. One carry for 42 yards, bro. Did you see his speed? This guy could be a weapon for us, bro, and we're just not really using him or utilizing him correctly. He needs to be used like a Deebo Samuel on the San Francisco 49ers. I would love if we could actually do that for this Ravens offense. You know how much that would help out and add a whole new wrinkle to this offense, bro? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I've been drinking a little bit. J.K. Dobbins, 3 receptions, 21 yards. Devin Duvernay, 2 receptions, 17 yards. Got to get the ball in his hands more. Overall, man, it wasn't a great game. It was not a great game offensively. Now, obviously, like I said, defensively, no gripes at all. I mean, Marcus Peters was great. Marlon Humphrey was awesome. Patrick Queen was phenomenal. There's really nothing more to say. Of course, in total, we had 7 sacks. But you would expect that. Honestly, I would have been a little bit concerned if we didn't rack up at the very least 4 sacks today. If we didn't get at least 4 sacks, then it's a concern, because this Bengals offensive line is horrible. They're terrible. So we needed to rack up at least 4 sacks. So I'm glad we were able to get 7. Most of them did come from the DBs and, Wink's crazy schemes that he was doing, throwing everything at Joe Burrow. You would have liked to see Judon get more involved, in Bowser and, Ferguson, but it is what it is, man. What can you do about that? So aside from that, I mean, Justin Tucker had that 61-yarder that he attempted and he missed. All good, man. Justin Tucker's still the best kicker in the league and in NFL history. That's right. I said it and I stand by it. So you can probably hear the game going on in the background, so I apologize. YouTube, please don't demonetize me for having game audio. That's pretty much it, man. I mean, not really much else to say. Joe Burrow had his welcome to the NFL moment, that's for sure, or his welcome to the NFL game, because I mean, he was just getting hit from every direction. He couldn't get anything going whatsoever. And I'm so proud of this defense, because I've been saying that the receivers for the Bengals are very good. And I was a little concerned. I thought that Joe Burrow was going to kind of dot us up a little bit. But luckily, the defense came to play. They absolutely balled out today. So shout out to them. But yeah, man, Joe Burrow, now he gets to see what it's like going up against AFC North teams. Obviously, he's faced the Browns, but come on. I mean, we're the class of the AFC North, if we're being honest. I don't want to hear shit from Steelers fans. I know they just beat the Eagles, but they had to come up late. They almost blew the Eagles almost came up with a comeback against the Steelers. I think they were up 31-14, and then it was like 31-29 at one point, and then obviously they ended up with that touchdown. I'm just so tired of seeing the Steelers, bro. Tired of seeing them win and seeing them continue to think that they're a top 3 team in the league when they're clearly not. They're overrated as hell. And I can't wait until they come to Baltimore because we got something for them. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, man, again, 27-3, happy to be 4-1. Love to see it. We just got to keep piling on wins, man. And we just got to try to keep getting better because this offense was not good at all. It's looking bad and it's getting worse. It really is getting worse. It seems like since the Browns game, it's like the peak. Okay, it's looking solid offense. And then you keep going down Texans, it's okay. And then the Chiefs, it's like, oh, God, that's really bad. And then last week, it's like, and then now it's just like, oh, it's horrible. So it keeps getting worse progressively. We need to get better before we continue to get worse, man. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. A lot of crap to talk about in this game, man. But again, I'm probably going to be doing some streams later on in the week, but I might cut down a little bit on uploads. Well, I might be doing clips or something, so maybe I won't cut down on uploads. But I'm working on a project, so that's going to take up a lot of my time. But expect that, man. I'm really proud of this one. I really love it. It's about Lamar Jackson, and it's kind of taking an unbiased approach and just taking a look at him as a quarterback. So stay subscribed, guys. Put your notification bell, all that type of stuff. Like the video. Share this with your friends, and I will see you in the next one. Later.